Very good morning. Welcome. A very happy Independence Day. Today I am taken back in time, especially back in school when we were first introduced to the famous poem Where the Mind is Without Fear by Sri Rabindranath Tagore, also known as Sri Rabindranath Tagore. Let me recite it for you. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where the words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is set forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Beautiful, touching. But what's important are some of the words and sentences in this poem. The first one that struck me is where the mind is without fear. Living life without fear, living life without doubt. Fear is like heavy iron balls that you wrap around your own legs. Now, when you wrap iron balls around your own legs, can you move in any direction? You can't. So, there's no question of growth. The next one which struck me was where knowledge is free. People have this habit that they learn and then they keep it to themselves. A clear sign of insecurity. But what I have learned is that if you hold back knowledge and not share it, you won't grow. Because you're not allowing new knowledge to come inside you. Where we live in this universe, I call this universe the university of life. There's so much to learn from the basic 5 elements: water, fire, air, space, and earth. We come from that. This body comes from that. But what do we learn? What is the truth behind our life? Do we ever deep dive, what I call as inward reflection? Then we have reasoning. Certain things in life, my dear friends, we don't do a postmortem on it. Unfortunately, we have this habit of doing a postmortem on almost everything. It's not required. Certain things are just meant to be left alone and enjoy it for what it is. It's like saying that monsoons, the rains, when they lash down, they come at a particular angle. Or they lash down with great force. And you're sitting there wondering, why is there so much of force? Okay, you can go into it. But then after that, leave it. Just enjoy it. And the other thing is that, which I took from this poem is, are we open in our thoughts and action? And when we talk of openness, we talk of openness of the mind. Are we open to new knowledge coming in? Are we open towards someone pointing out our flaws, or I call it the area of improvement? Are we open to everything and anything which will help us grow as a person, as a human being, which will help us in our human revolution? Why do we close ourselves down? Is it really necessary? Why can't we be fluid like water, which can flow anywhere? Why can't we be limitless like space? We don't need to restrict ourselves. We don't need to hold back whatever we've learned. For the more we share, it gives the opportunity for the others who have not been so lucky to gain that knowledge and also grow. When everyone grows, that's when you are creating a better environment to live in. Peaceful, progressive, filled with harmony. What's the point of celebrating Independence Day when you are the captive of yourself. The greatest independence is when you free yourself, when you open your mind, open your heart, and let that knowledge flow. It's okay if we don't understand things, it's perfectly fine. But whatever comes in, accept it, process it, and then see what the outcome is. Independence, freedom, we need to understand it to enjoy it. Happy Independence Day.